Egan delivers a long kick down towards Tomas Quinn, sent off in the semi-final, but because of 2 yellows as opposed to 1 straight red, so he's okay to play today. He's being wrestled on the ball, but he gets away from his man. He's inside the 13, he's very isolated, gets to the end line, he remains cool as a breeze. Cormac Diamond goes over to try and help him out, but instead he goes to the 20-metre line. It's a snapshot from the stand side. If that goes over, it's quite a score. It has gone over, and St Vincent's lead by 1 point to no score.
I think it was Enda Varley who got it there, got onto his left boot, swimming over the bar from maybe 30 yards out towards the stand side of the field there. Well worked, I suppose, by Tomas Quinn. He stayed on the ball, and despite being under pressure managed to ham it back to set up the score. So good start from Vincent certainly there.
What a surging run it was from Dahi Murphy. Gets it off to Mossy Quinn, who cuts into a bit of space outside the 20-metre line, and from the right of the tee, Mossy Quinn pops it over.
Classic Mossy just there, came on the loop, could spot the danger, and just he makes it look so easy in front of the goal, whereas Castleknock are struggling a little bit.
Cormac Diamond is inside the 45. Cormac Diamond on the left hand side attacking the Castleknock defenders. With a hand on him there is Tom Shields. Tom Shields doesn't foul him. Diarmuid Connolly receives it. Diarmuid Connolly goes cross field to Enda Varley. Enda Varley trying to get around his man. He has done so. Throw to hand inside the 13, and rather than going for goal, Enda Varley pops it over with the fist, and it's 3 points to no score.
It was the mismatch there. James Shirley, number 14 from Castleknock, was caught by Enda Varley there. Total mismatch. Varley had all the pace and just came inside him and made the score look easy. But Castleknock are operating now with Kieran Kilkenny in the full forward line, so they need to shake it up a little bit more, and if he is going to operate in there, they need to kick the ball into him. They get caught out there and a simple turnover and are punished.
Kicks it quickly into the corner, and Kieran Kilkenny, who receives it inside the 45. The all-star Kieran Kilkenny up to the 20-metre line, brings it in off the terrace side, tries to get around Jarlath Curley. Brilliant from Kieran Kilkenny inside the 13-metre line, hooks a shot from the corner. Brilliant from Kieran Kilkenny.
Yeah, I think Fella nailed it before that. He said about Kilkenny gone into the full forward line, and that was a real case of Castleknock being aware that they needed a score, get it to the right man, takes on his defender, clips it over the bar from a tight enough angle. But that's real leadership. It's a bit of smarts from Castleknock in terms of getting the right man on the ball to get that score on the board.
Gavin Burke receives. He's surging through up to the 20-metre line, surrounded by blue and gold, but gets his shot away anyway. It's a chip shot. It goes high and over the crossbar. Brilliant stuff from Gavin Burke.
When they're getting the opportunity, they're turning on the jets and going straight at Castleknock. Although Castleknock have numbers behind the ball, they're maybe not pushing out quick enough in terms of impacting the player and putting him under pressure for a score. So great start from Vincent with 4 good scores.
Shields goes down off the ball. Referee says play on because Kinlan's up to the 45. Kinlan inside the D, has options left and right, drops it onto the right despite the fact that he's on the left side, but guides it over via the woodwork. Great score by Kevin Kinlan.
That was the injection of pace that we needed there. Kevin Kinlan saw the runners off from left and right as well, but he didn't use them. Saw a bit of space and a lovely score off the outside of his right. That just keeps them hanging in.
Toe to hand, carrying up the park at the moment is Owen O'Brien. He's between the 65 and the 45. Drops it in on top of Kieran Kilkenny. He's outside the 20-metre line. Kilkenny kicking from the left-hand side to make it a 1-point game. Kieran Kilkenny gets his second of the game.
Yeah, that's a wonderful score. We spoke earlier that Castleknock are doing so much right in terms of getting the ball into the forward line and just haven't been able to get scores. But obviously when you're hitting Kieran Kilkenny, you have a higher percentage chance of that going over the bar, and that's what happened that time.
This pass down the line to Mossy, who's got his back to goal. Tried to turn away from Owen O'Brien. Lovely foot pass from Mossy. Picks out Gavin Burke. Gavin Burke looks for a bit of time, looks for a bit of space, looks for a score, and gets a score. And a beautiful score it was as well from Gavin Burke, who gets his second of the match, and it's Vincent's 5, Castleknock 3 in the Dublin Senior Football Final. He kicks it back towards the 45, racing out of defence was Peter Sherry. Peter Sherry gives to Kevin Kinlan, who's got a beautiful score in this game. Kinlan up to the 45, sidesteps his way out of trouble. He's inside the Vincent's 45, has a kick with the right from the left-hand side again. Oh, he's just showing off now.
Yeah, often happens when you're looking at county finals, you're expecting the big names to shine through. Kilkenny's obviously delivered on it. You probably thought you'd see more of Graham Hannigan, Shane Boland right around the middle for Castleknock, but it's Kevin Kinlan really who's dug in the first half here, just blitzing through the defence. It's like Vincent's have considered other guys and maybe not thought about Kevin Kinlan.
And Vincent's come forward to Gavin Burke up to the D. Gavin Burke moves it outside to Cameron Diamond. Cameron Diamond takes a bounce, takes a sidestep, takes a shot.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Burke. Things are happening when he gets on the ball. He's taken a couple of shots and scored, and also the runners off him. He's very aware.
Castleknock hooks it, kick pass over towards Kieran Kilkenny. Kieran Kilkenny with a brilliant volleyball move moves it off to a man on his shoulder, and then it's Owen O'Brien who receives. Owen O'Brien inside the 45. Owen O'Brien has a shot and he makes it a 1-point game again. Owen O'Brien coming up from corner back to kick a beauty of a score. Brendan Egan with a side-footed pass to Shane Carthy. Shane Carthy turning, twisting, looking for options. Is he fouled? Does the referee give the free in? He does. It's a free into Vincents right in front of goal, about 2 or 3 metres inside the 45. Looked like a harsh call coming.
Yeah, we were just saying it. Yeah, certainly harsh. Looks like the two of them went into collision there and the ball was spun out rather than there was a foul against it. Interesting to see if Tomás Quinn will have a go at this. He had one from a similar distance probably 10 minutes ago thereabout and dropped well short, so interesting to see if he's going to have a cut off this.
Yeah, I thought it was Ben Gavin that ripped the hands out of Vincent's player there as well, and the Vincent's player actually turned into him. Now I'd say for this free, he has his range now after that 4-3 he's missed.
Well, it's probably he definitely has 5 yards on the last effort, so if he gets the distance right, certainly has the ability to get it over the bar.
Mossy Quinn lining up the free. He's just inside the 45, middle of the pitch. Mossy with a nice strike on that one. It's floating in slow-mo over the crossbar, but it goes over, and Mossy Quinn gets his first free of the game. He already has got one from play. Ball is kicked down into the corner by Castleknock. Colin Lynch out in front. He's just inside the 45. He's trying to get around Gerard Brennan. Brennan doesn't have the pace that Colin Lynch does, but he's smart enough to stand off him and block the route. Kieran Kilkenny takes it, drops it with one hand, goes to ground himself, somehow gets the ball away to a teammate. He's surrounded by 3 Vincents players, and the referee gives a free in just in front of the stand outside the 20-metre line. 21 points so far for Des Carlis, who sneaks a few metres inside the 20-metre line, tries to curl his effort between the posts, and I think he has, into the golf course end. That is absolutely fantastic. The low kick out from the goalkeeper was picked off the ground, and it's another free, and it's a bad error by Jarlath Curley, and it's a free in again, and this will be the equaliser as we come up to half time
for Castleknock, because they do have a kick-out strategy. Sorry, they're pressing high on Michael Savage. Even though they're operating a sweeper, they're down a man, but they're pressing high on Savage's kick-outs. So to win that free is going to give them oxygen.
Des Carlis from a kinder angle than the last one, which was kicked over basically from the corner. It's kicked into the corner. It's high and it misses everyone. Racing out to try and get there is Owen O'Brien, but he's beaten to it by Mossy Quinn, who makes his way along the end line, slips it inside. The shot comes from Shane Carthy, and Shane Carthy gets the first score of the second half. And it's St Vincent's 8 points, Castleknock 7 points.
Yeah, great bit of experience there for Tomás Quinn. Obviously, he doesn't have the legs that he had, 4 or 5 years ago, but he just leaned in to get the ball in his favour, managed to hold off the Castleknock defender that time, turned inside, gave a great ball across right in front of the goal to Shane Carthy.
Down into the breadbasket of Dermot Connolly, who's trying to get a bit of space. Connolly with a beautiful defence splitting pass, gives it to Mossy. Mossy just outside the 20. Mossy going towards the 13. Mossy goes for goal, and it goes over the crossbar rather than staying under.
You wouldn't have balked that ball off Mossy there. He could smell it once he got that ball inside. But that's the difference between the two teams in the second half. There was 2 kick passes into Mossy and a great chance of a goal. He did go over the bar. He'd be disappointed with that. But look, that's the difference. The phases of play there. Castleknock must have gone through about 25 hands. Ball is kicked away and then they're punished at the other end.
Gavin Burke up towards the 45 with Vincents leading by 2, 9 points to 7 in the Dublin County final. Foul committed by Shane Boland, and Vincents are beginning to turn the screw, but Gavin Burke winning that free on the 45 right hand side, and I imagine Mossy will fancy this one. Into the corner, looking inside for the sub. That's Matt Griffin. Matt Griffin took it, popped it off to Kieran Kilkenny. He's into the D. Kilkenny with a man off his shoulder. That's Kinlan. Kinlan is taken with a high tackle there by Gerard Brennan. It's definitely a free in. Then there's another off the ball incident with Matt Griffin who goes to ground, and we might see cards here.
That's not only 1 but 2. He's trying not to nice down there. There were 2 high challenges from Gerard. The second player that went in, Matt Griffin, and Yeah, it's the second yellow and a red, yes.
Ger Brennan has been sent off in the county final with 16 minutes to go, and that is a massive, well, potentially a massive turning point.
Yeah, well, it certainly doesn't allow the comfort that they had with the sweeper system that Ger would generally operate within. When you're booked already, a high tackle like that's going to lead to a second yellow card. We've seen it with Ballymun, we've seen it with Tomás Quinn on his cards. So obviously it gives, you know, an impetus or a little bit of a boost, I suppose, to Castleknock that they now operate with an extra player.
If Carlos scores this, which he will, I presume, he's just running up now. It's 11-8, playing against 14 men. Maybe it's a different game. Next 5 minutes they're going to be telling.
Des Carlos has absolutely nailed it. It's his first score of the second half. It's Castleknock's second score of the second half. Kieran Kilkenny gives it to a man in space. That's Tom Shields. Gives it back to Kilkenny. Kilkenny up to the 20-metre line. Kilkenny is fouled in front of goal, and it's a certain score to come. And then it's a 2-point game if that goes over, which Senna, we presume it will.
Yeah, you can bet your life on a Carlos won't miss this. That's the commentator's course, Gogsy. He probably would have wide now.
But who's been involved critically in the last few plays? Kieran Kilkenny
again.
Going up in terms of running through for the goal chance initially. It led to Ger Brennan's second yellow. And again there, Vincent's player stuck to him, but he still looked for the ball, won the free, and gives Des Carlos a chance to narrow it to 2.
11-8 Vincent's lead, but they're down a man. And Castleknock on a bit of a run.
That's beautiful.
Des Carlos with the curling effort, and the wind is against him, as we say, Sen, so he has to be careful how he kicks them, but he nailed that. Ball down the line. It's taken in here by Varley. Varley's up to the 13-metre line, and Varley could have gone for goal, but instead he popped it over. It's his third of the game. 13 minutes to go. Senna, should he have gone for goal?
Goal all day. He was in one-on-one. It has to be a game over. As soon as if that's the rattle the onion sack, it was on his left foot. He don't need the keeper to beat, and he fisted it over the bar.
Gives it off to Graham Hannigan. Hannigan cutting through up to the 13. He's got a player calling for it. Gives it off to James Sherry. Sherry drops it onto the boot. It comes back to Sherry, having bounced off a player and came back to him. He fisted it, but he couldn't guide it home. He was looking for his fourth goal since the second round. He couldn't get it, but Castleknock are beginning to open up Vincent's just a wee bit here. After Mossy Quinn gets on the ball here, he's inside the 20-metre line, inside the 13. He's got Rory Traynor calling for it. Rory Traynor takes it. Rory Traynor has a shot just outside the D. Vincents, they may be down to 14 men, but they are playing smartly. That's 2 scores now since they went down to 14 men. Rory Traynor with his first of the game, 4 between them. Vincent 13 points, Castleknock 9 points, and we've got 19 minutes gone. Joe Feeney standing inside the 45, and nonchalantly he just knocks it over from a long distance out. Brilliant score by Joe Feeney. He was left standing there alone. Vincent's 14 points, Castleknock 9 points. Kinlan's inside the 13, he's just outside the square, goes to ground. They've got the free coming.
Yeah, free in, yeah.
And Castleknock have a free in or around the corner on the 13-metre line. It's about 25 metres off the terrace side, and they need this one to go over. Carlos to make it a 4-point game. This one has to go over, and he has done the necessary yet again. Des Carlos, very, very, very well taken free. Joe Feeney just inside the Castleknock 45, dinks the ball inside for Mossy Quinn, who takes it, tries to turn just outside the 20-metre line, gets the ball, runs kind of parallel and gives it off to Shane Carty, who was roaming through, and Shane Carty is fouled just outside the D.
Castleknock have been forced into those sort of rash high challenges because it's the pace that, you know, the runner off the shoulder is coming at from Vincents, and I think that's what happened with Ownervine there. He had no option just to pull the Vincents man down. So the free will come from Enda Varley just outside the D. Enda Varley going for it and getting it. Good score from Enda Varley, who has praised the standard of the Dublin Championship.
If Castleknock were setting up, they said, look, if we keep Dermot Connolly out of the game, we could put ourselves in a great chance of winning this. He's no score got today, and maybe that's, you know, you touched off the experience. There's guys around him who have experience too, who've contributed the scores, and that's ultimately led to a final whistle and another county title for Vincent.
For the 27th time, St Vincent's are the Dublin senior champions. 15 points to 10, the final score. Set in Connell.
The celebrations there, you can see, of course they're delighted, but I think if it had been, let's say, a Ballymun, maybe they've been in the final, it might have been a little bit different. I think they sort of half expected to win this one today going into it. They had all the experience. It would have been a great occasion to see Castleknock do it. Look, they've come really, really far in such a short space of time. But I think Vincent's expected to win it. and they've done it. But it had been against a Ballymunna or something else, I think we would have seen a better difference or reaction at full time here.
Like even supporters coming onto the field there, it's lots of kids probably looking for autographs as opposed to clubs celebrating another county title. If that had been the reverse and Castleknock had won it, the place would be flooded with people, because it would have meant, obviously it means a huge amount to Vincents, but it would have meant so much to Castleknock certainly too. You know, for a young team to have reached this stage of the county final in terms of the Dublin Championship, get an opportunity to try and win it for the first time in their history, it's a massive achievement and has been for Castleknock. Unfortunately, come up against a team who just have that experience and that bit more guile up front, and were able to eke it out in the end.
They were attacking in waves and they were getting good scores in the first half, so we just had to compose ourselves in the second half and keep patient. I mean, our scores, when the chances came, we just had to take. I suppose when I seen Ger coming off, I just thought to myself I had to work that bit harder. They had a man up, obviously. I think we done well in possession. We kept the ball and we were patient, and when we had a chance for a score, we took the score.
Expecting a right good game, and Castleknock had nothing to lose, and they absolutely just threw everything at us. Like, it was a level at half time, and even when we went to man down there, it was still tough. Like, so 5 points is not an accurate reflection of our dominance. We weren't that dominant at all. It was tit for tat. Could have easily been a draw. They had a goal chance that had gone in. It could have been a different story, but that was a very, very tough game, and we were expecting nothing less. Yeah, well, I think we said that we were going to keep in control the whole time, because the way Castleknock played, it was very easy for us to get frustrated, but we just stayed in control. We didn't force anything, just stuck to our game plan the whole time, and you know, it just epitomised the group. They were a nice calm group with loads of leaders, have absolute faith in everyone. Everyone was still looking for the ball, and that's when we went down to 40 men for the last 15 minutes. So it just epitomised the group, and it's a real Vincents way to win it. Backs to the wall and just never say die.
It definitely was a factor, yeah, and it was more the manner in which we lost last year. We felt we underperformed. Ballybowden are an excellent team, you know. There's no guarantees we would have won even if we performed, but the fact is we didn't perform, you know, and we've been a year waiting to come back at that. And to be honest, this game wasn't won just today. It was the preparation all week, and that's testament to our management and our players. It was a big challenge for us. We'd never played Castleknock. I've never played them at any age, friendly, cup, anything, and we didn't know a huge amount about them. So usually when you're coming into finals, you're playing a Ballymun, a Ballybowden, and you know all about these guys, and a lot of the time when you're shaking hands with the guys the first time you've seen them, you know, and there's a different challenge in that, and it was important that we got our preparation right, and we did.